Hey everybody, it is Natalie from Power Moon Tarot. Welcome to your reading. Today's reading is called Love Will Lead You Back to Me, Their Thoughts and Feelings, okay? So we're gonna get your person's thoughts and feelings, especially if there's been a break in the connection or there's been some type of issue that's come up or things have been kind of on the rocks. We're gonna check it out, okay? And for those of you that have been like really worried about a connection to, or have been very upset about a connection, hopefully I can give you some guidance or feedback or messages here for you, okay? And Love Will Lead You Back to Me is actually a song by Taylor Dane from back in the 1980s. So for some reason, that song just came into my head and like somebody needs a reading based on this, okay? And we will be having an extended reading as well for those of you that would like to join me on my Vimeo channel. And there'll be a link below to in my description box to my Vimeo channel. Also, for those of you that would like a personal reading to go deeper into your particular situation, you can always book one with me. And there's information in the description box below for how to book one. Also, if you want to follow me on TikTok or Instagram, details for how to do so are in my description box below. And finally, if you want to check out my other YouTube channel, Light of Ascension Tarot, I do have another channel that has, I think, about 60 other spiritual type readings on it. So if you feel like checking that out and getting additional guidance, you can always look me up there, and there's a link to that channel below. So we are gonna go ahead and get into it today. We have pile number 1, which is the orange tea light. We have pile number 2, which is the red tea light, and pile number 3, which is the pumpkin spice tea light, okay? And you can find timestamps in the description box below. Also, I just wanted to say something really quick as well too, which you can skip through if you don't want to hear it. You can go straight to your pile. But I just want to send a virtual hug and love and a show of support to those, especially in the United States, who've been extremely upset the last couple days over some of the news that's been going on. And it's been more than one thing, but there's been some big things going on in the US. And just so you guys know where I stand, like, you know, I support women's rights, and I support, you know, I'm a feminist, and I support women's rights. And I've been a feminist since I was probably, you know, 14, 15 years old. So I'm not afraid to call myself that. And, you know, you don't have to consider yourself one to follow my readings or to listen to me, but I do believe in equality and freedom is what I believe in, okay? And so it's been upsetting, to say the least, the last couple days. And a lot of people like really wondering, what's next after certain decisions have been made here, like what is next for this country, okay? It's very upsetting. So I'm sorry for those of you that have also been upset or angry. I know the other thing, you know, that's been going on for me is that I've been extremely angry too. And I can definitely feel it psychically in the collective. There is a nerve that was hit the last couple of days. I'll have to take a look at the astrology. I just haven't had time, but there was a collective nerve that was hit psychically. And if you're psychically sensitive, even if you don't live in the US, if you're psychically sensitive, you're feeling it. You can feel it in the air. There is a lot of anger in the air right now. And a lot of it is economic anger as well too, you know, and all these choices that are happening have to do, with money and with the economy, and even some of the most recent decisions by the U.S. Supreme Court, okay? Like it's a money thing. It's a money move, you know, and it's trying to keep people poor, trying to keep people, you know, living on the edge and not able to afford things. Gas prices are out of control. I don't mean to be a huge bummer, you guys, but I'm just saying, if you're feeling it, if you're feeling the heaviness in the collective, and if you're feeling upset about it, because I know it's not only happening in the US, I know there's housing crises. I was reading about Australia. For those of you from Australia, I was reading an article about how housing costs are really going up for you guys, and all the fires that you've had to deal with, you know, in your country, all the natural disasters that you guys have had to deal with. Like, my heart goes out to you guys too. And yeah, it's, the world's gotten, the world, we are definitely, something happened right after, there was a shift. Something happened like right after 1999, right after 2000, where we were like in a 90s bubble. And then, the whole world changed, in early 2000s. So it's just been, I don't know. I feel it's been an uphill battle for a lot of people to find their footing each and every year when new things change. So I just want to send my love and hugs out to anybody who's feeling particularly rotten today. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the reading. And my intention for this reading is to bring you guys some healing and some peace. Hopefully we'll be able to get that for you. Let's go ahead and get into pile number 1. Okay, let's do it. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. You chose the orange tea light, and today's reading is called Love Will Lead You Back to Me. We're going to find out your person's thoughts or feelings, and if there's been some issues that came up in your connection, or there's been some distance, or there's been some hardship, this reading is for you. Okay, you can still listen to it anyway. If that doesn't fully resonate with you, there may be a message here for you. Okay, and we're gonna go ahead and get into it. Okay, pile number 1. And for those of you that would like to continue on in the reading with me, you can hit the extended reading, and there'll be a link to my Vimeo channel below. Okay, spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the energy of pile number 1 who comes here today seeking your guidance. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium in the channel between yourself and pile number 1. Okay, pile number 1, deep breath, right? Water is so cleansing. And right before I started this reading, Spirit was showing me a river, like, a calm river. So hopefully like taking our emotions, cleansing them, pile number 1. Let's see what else, anything else. Okay, Spirit's giving me the end names, okay? And yeah, so I'm also, okay, I was just gonna say, I'm getting the feeling that someone was saying like I was neutered or something like that, okay? I just heard that. So, with Justice on the bottom of the deck, Justice can definitely do some damage as far as the neutering of other people, or feeling like someone got cut down or somebody wasn't listened to, okay? And I have a feeling, pile number 1, that this person might have accused you of like cutting them down or not listening to them or making them feel like their ideas didn't matter or something like that, pile number 1, okay? They might have falsely accused you of that. And some of you here with Justice really did put your foot down. And as soon as you put your foot down, this person started complaining, They started complaining that you put your foot down, and maybe they weren't expecting it with Justice on the bottom of the deck. They really weren't expecting you to put your foot down, pile number 1. So something happened here. Let's go ahead and see. Something happened on the way to heaven, pile number 1. Let's go ahead and see this person's thoughts and feelings. I'm going to get all the cards out first, okay? We have Taurus, I have, okay? I have a pain in my ass, right? Pile number 1. Some of you could be dealing with the Taurus, or maybe you have Taurus in your chart. Yeah, but I have that feeling of possession. I have you. You are mine. Love will bring you back to me. You belong to me. That type of thing. Whether you're a Taurus or not, it's like you belong to me. I have you, and you will be back to me. Okay? So I am seeing that, and I feel like some of you are here saying, you know what, I have everything I need, like with what I have in my life, like don't come for me, okay? So some of you could be saying that too. And I'm seeing someone here that has bangs, but has like, their bangs are kind of curly, and maybe they have wavy hair or wavy bangs or curly type long hair, okay? And I just saw the word enigma, okay? And I also see the word futuristic, okay? So maybe some of you identify with that energy. I also see the word forgive, okay? So I have forgiveness. So this person maybe is saying, that they have forgiveness for you or something, or that, they hope you have forgiveness to them. We have here the Knight of Swords, okay? So I was going to mention Aquarius when I said futuristic, because the Knight of Swords in the tarot is an Aquarius. So we could definitely have Aquarius, Taurus energy here. And I feel like, you know, it's kind of like you guys are like, hey, I'm good. You know, I have what I need. I'm good. And I know who I am. And I just heard something from Spirit about double trouble, or someone being double trouble. Okay. And I'm seeing the B names here. I'm seeing B. I'm also seeing P, B or P. And I'm also seeing an L and a T for initials. First name, last name, middle, you or them. Okay. And there's an H as well, right underneath the hoof of the bull there. Okay. But this person's like, you know, I have something to say to you, right? With the Knight of Swords, I have something to say to you and I need to get it out. Let's get all the cards out first. We have the Moon and we have the Nine of Cups. Okay. And like this Knight of Swords is like, I have a message for you. I have something I wanted to tell you. They're saying, I wake up in the middle of the night and I feel so sad when I realize you're not here. The Moon. Yeah, that makes sense with the Moon showing up. And we have here empath. Okay, so pile number 1, you may identify with being empathic or psychically sensitive, especially with the Moon showing up. It's 111 in your reading right now, pile number 1, 111. Okay, it says empath. You are both being drained by those around you and through negative situations. Establish healthy boundaries for protection for yourself and for your counterpart. Okay, and love will lead me back to you. I feel like this person is saying, you know, they had so many good times with you. I feel like with the Nine of Cups here, but things got fuzzy with the Moon. All right, so situations could be draining right now, pile number 1. And let's see what else. We have, you are incredibly sexy. I can't stop imagining all the things I want to do to you. All right, this Knight of Swords is after you, pile number 1. And yeah, I feel like with this Taurus energy and this I have here, pile number 1, even if you're not a Taurus, it's like, I have boundaries, okay? So I think there were maybe plenty of times when you woke up in the middle of the night feeling sad that this person wasn't there and it was draining you. And some of you may have decided, like, I'm going to try to be happy anyway. 9 of Cups. We have Mercury, message, travel, and communication. Definitely communication with the Knight of Swords. And, you know, with the Moon and the Knight of Swords, though, pile number 1, it's a little bit like a sob story. Do you know what I'm saying? And this person, you know, it's almost like feel sorry for me, or this person having a bit of a sob story at times. And I feel like that's why you guys are like, you know what? Like, I got boundaries, okay? I got boundaries. We have the Scorpion. Wow. Okay, so we have Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio already showing up in this reading. Also, the Moon and the Nine of Cups are both Pisces cards, so we get a Pisces energy here too. But Scorpion, okay? So, you know, message received, or messages that are not meant to hurt, and wound someone, but they end up doing that, all right? And I feel like this person doesn't always know the effect that their communication has on you. Pile number 1, someone here, you know, saying some pretty harsh things, all right? And I'm feeling like I'm seeing the Scorpion is carrying scissors, okay? So maybe you guys had to tell this person, I'm out of here, or, you know, you need to, I feel like with the Scorpion and the Mercury here, we could have Mercury and Scorpio, but I feel like an ultimatum was made, pile number 1, okay? An ultimatum was made. And sometimes we make an ultimatum hoping that the person doesn't call us on it, but then they do. And then we have to keep our wall or our boundary up on a situation, you know. We have the Firefly here. So this Scorpion searching and hunting for this Firefly, searching and hunting for the light, okay? And yeah, and I feel like this person, since you've like had a separation from them, or since you've been kind of playing a little bit hard to get here, pile number 1, I do feel like this person has been searching for a way to reach out to you or for a way to talk to you, okay? And I feel like with the Firefly here, you guys are really shining. You're really, really shining, but you know, your back is turned to this person and you're pretty oblivious, okay? In some senses, I feel like here. I don't know if you guys even know, like, you know, how much emotional turmoil this person has been going through, because they may be putting on this like happy front with the Nine of Cups that everything's okay, you know? So let's see what else here. We have ideation, all right? And I feel like you guys could have, with this orange here on this ideation card, you guys have the orange tea light. I feel like you could have idealized this person in the past, okay? Or idealized this relationship. And with the moon and the Nine of Cups, it's like, you make me happy. I don't really know why, and I don't know what I'm feeling, but you make me feel happy, and I have like a strong urge to talk to you and to communicate with you, and there are some things that I need to get off my chest, okay? And it's almost like you guys are like, I knew you'd be back, or I knew there'd be something else, you know, going on here, all right? But we have ideation and we have unlikely. So, you know, I feel like this person is like, I'm gonna talk to you anyway, but I know that I fell off my pedestal with you, and I know it's unlikely that you're gonna give me another chance, but I still wanna talk to you. I feel like I still like wanna know what you're up to, and I still want to let you know. I still wanna tell you something. However, with ideation and unlikely, I feel like, you know, even if they do say something, pile number one, I kind of just feel like you guys are like, you know, it's unlikely that this person's gonna change my mind, okay? But they're still like, you know, in hot pursuit, okay? And maybe you guys even felt like it's unlikely that this person would ever do this because you had no idea like what they were feeling, all right? And or it seemed like with the Nine of Cups that they put you on a pedestal, but then they were gone, you know, with the moon here. Let's see what else. We have helping hand. It's okay to give and ask for help, okay? And I do see you guys being very determined and wanting to do things on your own. And I do feel like it bugs this person that they don't know like what you're up to. And I feel like with the Nine of Cups, they're saying like, see, all I want to do is keep you happy. All I want to do, and they may offer to kind of help you in some way or see if you need something. Okay. And yeah, so this helping hand here, interesting. All right. And I feel like this person is like, do you need some help? Do you need me to come over? Can I call you? Can I see you? Can I talk to you? But, you know, this person also like not sure where you're at or how you feel. Either pile number one, but I feel like they're hoping that you're happy, okay? And hoping for the best with this ideation. But I also feel like this person knows that they really can't take back their actions even. And I feel like with the moon and the Knight of Swords, we definitely have some hasty actions here. And people who dug themselves like further into the grave here with Mercury and the Scorpion by the things that they said, okay? And things could have been going along just happy here with the Nine of Cups and the Firefly. And you just, you know, buzzing around and feeling good and feeling happy about the connection. And I do feel like this person could have said some careless things, or they could have said some things that actually made the situation worse if they just would have, you know, shut up in the first place, okay? You know, but they're just saying, you are incredibly sexy. I can't stop imagining all the things I want to do to you. And the Knight of Swords is definitely about having that imagination on overdrive, right? And with the moon, it's really, really driven to fantasy. So, you know, mind on overdrive, driven to fantasy, wanting to have a good time with you with the Nine of Cups. And, you know, But I feel like with this have card here, it's like you guys have a better idea of who you are with this ideation, and you're putting yourself on a higher pedestal than this person, I feel, pile number one. And no matter what they say, it may be unlikely that you would ever like turn to this person for a helping hand. Some of you here may be like too stubborn as well. Like this person, you know, already had their chance, or this person, you know, missed the boat, that type of thing. So yeah. And then we have helping hand here. It's okay to give and ask for help. Yeah, and this person may come and try to talk to you and ask you if you need help with something, or how you've been, or something on a practical level, like how's work been, or these types of things, okay? And it's like with the moon and the 9 of Cups, it's like, I want to make sure that your night goes well, I feel like is what this person is saying. And you guys are like, I got it, you know, I got it, I'm good. I feel you guys are very strong and stable here, okay? And, you know, like, I just heard what they don't know won't hurt them, that type of thing. So Mercury with the Scorpion here, what they don't know won't hurt them. Was that you, pile number one, or was this them? Because with the moon, we could definitely have some secrets that were kept, you know, in the in-between time here. Okay, between when you last talked to this person till now. Okay, there could have been something that came up that you're not aware of with the moon too, because the moon can also show where we're just not aware of something, okay? And we have good luck. Yeah. I love this cat from this deck. Good luck. I feel like, you know, also I feel like if you guys are like, if you expect me to help you after, you know, what happened, like that is unlikely. Okay. And, yeah, very interesting, because we have, it's okay to give and ask for help, unlikely, and good luck. It's like good luck on your own. You know, pile number one, has this been you, or did they treat you this way? Okay, good luck on your own, or unlikely. Some of you here too, I feel like you became very, very practical in your life and very stubborn and, you know, like bullheaded or strong-headed in the way that you think and do things, because some of you didn't have, I feel like some of you here didn't have parents that really did much for you or were really there for you. I feel like some of you maybe had to like raise yourself or take care of all the practical details, or there was just a lot that you had to do, that you had to be real independent and strong. I feel like pile number one, okay? And people who are like a good time that bring up your mood are always welcome, you know, with the 9 of Cups and the Firefly. I mean, with this ideation, I feel like you guys are wanting to see like joy and happiness and chemistry in your connection and find that, okay? But I do feel like there's someone here who keeps coming back into the dialogue with you, pile number one, possibly after, you know, you've already gone through a lot with this person. I wake up in the middle of the night and I feel so sad when I realize you're not there. I also feel like this person idealizes the time that you two spent together, okay? Like they remember the good times with the 9 of Cups, and they wake up in the middle of the night, they can't sleep with the moon, and they're sad when they realize you're not there, and it makes them want to reach out to you. Also with this Mercury and Scorpion card, we could talk about someone wanting to reach out to you late at night or talk to you later into the evening. All right. And some of you here, you may, with Firefly, you may be up at night working or doing things anyway, and this person knows that. And so, you know, or they know it's the best time maybe to try to reach you or to communicate to you. And so I feel like they kind of lurk back in the shadows here with this Mercury and Scorpion card, seeing if that's the case. And I feel some of you are just very busy working, doing things, saving money, whatever it is that you've got going on, pile number one, and you're just like a busy little bee here with this Firefly, okay? And that's how you guys are, like, you know, and I feel like you guys don't, you know, we have here establish healthy boundaries and protection for yourself and your counterpart. And under here is unlikely, okay, to that, because I feel like this person with the moon can talk about really poor boundaries. And I feel like this person can pop off when they're talking, you know, and say certain things, all right? Like they could be a good time here with the Nine of Cups, and then they could just completely pop off unexpectedly with the Knight of Swords and the Moon, and it's like, where did that come from? And also with the unhealthy boundaries, like reaching out to you or trying to talk to you at night, and it's like, I have to work in the morning, or I'm busy, or things like that, okay? And here with this establish healthy boundaries and unlikely with the moon, I feel like there's been multiple times when you've maybe tried to draw a line in the sand, or you've said, don't call me past this time, okay? And this may go for a lot of people in your life, pile number one, who have like tried to reach out to you at various times, and you're like, I'm busy, I gotta focus on what's in front of me and what I'm doing. And so, you know, people kind of like not respecting your boundaries and reaching out to you at all times or all hours, especially maybe work related, pile number one, is a bit much, okay? And this person wanting to express passionately here that you still have a hold on them, right? With the moon and the Knight of Swords, you still got a hold on me, right? Do you guys know that song? You still got a hold on me. Okay, it says, you are incredibly sexy. I can't stop imagining all the things I want to do to you. Okay, so especially at nighttime, I feel like this person's mind is, you know, really going 100 miles per hour, and they're thinking of you. They're probably dreaming of you too with the moon card here, because the moon is about dreams. And particularly if someone likes to drink, okay, because my Nine of Cups card can also be a card. It's a Jupiter and Pisces card. So, you know, it's about a good time. We're going to have a good time, baby. Okay. And, you know, no one has a care in the world. It's Jupiter and Pisces, you know, there's no boundaries. Everything's running into everything. Let's get all goopy and crazy and emotional and say a bunch of shit to each other here. Okay, and it's not super conducive to having really good boundaries. And someone here, I feel like someone here could like to drink too, or they like to, you know, use a little bit of whatever. Not that, you know, if you want to drink, fine. But I feel like this person gets a little bit sauced up, and they go back and forth with the moon. Should I call pile number one? Should I try to reach out to pile number one? Should I talk to pile number one? And I feel like that's when they really feel like they super want to reach out to you. But I also feel like they think it's unlikely that it will change anything, because I feel like some of them think that you're too busy, you've moved on, that, you know, you're still pissed at them with this good luck card, with this cat looking back with these, you know, with this hiss and these green eyes, like, yeah, right, you know. And I kind of reminds me of the bull here looking back at this Knight of Swords, like, no, you know, like, you can't catch me, good luck, you know. So yeah, so I just think that you know, with the Knight of Swords and the moon, this person could have said certain things to you too. I feel like their communication could be really off. It could be fun and energizing and interesting, but it also could be like, you know, like, where is this going? You know, where is this conversation going? And I feel like you guys need more stability than that, pile number one. And absent that, you're happy to just, you know, be busy working in your own world and take up space and do your own thing, okay? And when you guys are working with the air and the firefly here, I feel like when you guys are working and turned on, like, you're so busy, you sometimes maybe forget that you even like have a body, and this situation's out of your head. But I feel like this person, they're afraid if they say hi or they reach out to you in some way that you're just gonna turn back and laugh at them or say no thanks, okay? And I feel in the past you could have really idealized this connection, pile number one, but with the moon and the Knight of Swords here, somebody crossed a boundary and thought it was all in good fun, okay, with the Nine of Cups. And someone could have been drinking too on top of that. And I am getting the energy of someone who like works at a bar or like an entertainment establishment. Okay, so if that resonates, just let me know. Some of you here could work at a bar and this person came up trying to talk to you while you were there. And I feel like this person had been eyeing you for a while, wanting to say something to you, because I do think, you know, they like you a lot here, pile number one. And some could even say that this person was obsessed with you, or that they had an obsession towards you, okay? And maybe some of you were like not even super aware of it at the time because you were just like busy doing your thing, all right? Because I'm getting Taurus energy here with the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, particularly Gemini, okay? Aquarius is right here too. So that's interesting. And this situation could have been very draining to you, pile number one, because every time you opened up your arms to this person, or offered them a helping hand, or, you know, were there for them, or, you know, wanted to have a good time with them and listen to them. I feel like this person comes through with the scorpion stinger tail and stings you. And it's like, you're not looking for a fight. I don't feel like, pile number one. So why is this person, you know, being that way? Okay. So I do feel there's an issue with people blurting things out, or communications that don't make sense, or things going a little bit too far. Okay. And I feel like, you know, for you guys, that's not really what you want. And with the moon and the Knight of Swords, there could be an immaturity issue here. Like someone doesn't know how to say what they want. So instead they are, you know, like plotting. Do you know what I'm saying? Pile number one. And it's almost like they shoot themselves in their own foot with the moon and the scorpion here. They like shoot themselves in their own foot. And I see you guys, your energy with the firefly here is very, very light. Okay. But I think this situation with empath here, I think this situation had a way of draining you, okay? Had a way of draining you. It could have been the environment too, with the moon that you two were in together, that wasn't conducive, okay? With the Knight of Swords and the moon, there could have been gossip and other things going on. But pile number one, let's go ahead and see. What additional message does this person have for pile number one, please? What additional message here? Okay, spirits gave me the name Tiff, or Tiffany. And you guys know that song, I Think We're Alone Now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around. The beating of our hearts is the only sound. That feels like the moon to me, baby. But let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and see. Let's go ahead and see. I mean, certainly excitement with the Knight of Swords. This person really excited, all right? And about the unknown with you and how much fun they could have with you, okay? But I don't know if you really feel like this person's your type, pile number one, based on, you know, the way they kind of approached you or how they were talking or acting here. We have the 10 of Wands. Yeah, this person's discouraged. They're highly discouraged because I think they're a little bit out of their depth. They're out of their comfort zone here. And I feel like too, they're pained or burdened, pile number one, because they think it's unlikely that, you know, that anything would actually happen between you two, or if they said something, it wouldn't really be that well received, okay? Also, the 10 of Swords, or the 10 of Wands in the tarot, is Saturn and Sagittarius. So we have Saturn in a Jupiter sign, which talks about this isn't going anywhere, this isn't moving. It's like, I can't even see what's in front of me and I'm exhausted, okay? By the time we get to the 10 of Wands, all right? So this person feeling a little bit hopeless, I feel like, about something right now, pile number one. Let's see what else here. What else, okay? We have, yeah, the 9 of Wands, talking about exhaustion, all right? And the 6 of Wands on the bottom of the deck. So this person, I feel like, you know, genuinely has a lot of confidence with the 9 of Cups and the Knight of Swords, and they might just say things outright. But I think they're kind of, it's a, with the Mercury and the Scorpion card, there's some anger or some, you know, some things that were said, all right? And yeah, pile number one, okay? And I feel like this person here with the 9 of Wands and the 10 of Wands, they're like, is this a lost cause? Okay. Is this a lost cause? But I also feel like with the 9 of Wands, this person doesn't want to give up, you know? And the title of the reading is Love Will Lead Me Back to You. So, you know, they're not having a good time with the 10 of Wands here, pile number 1, but they also don't want to give up, because I feel like this is a person that doesn't like to give up. Do you know what I'm saying? And they don't like to show that they're getting like fatigued, or that they're, you know, they don't like to show that. They like to show a person who's like very, very strong, you know? And with the 6 of Wands on the bottom of the deck, you know, like I said, I feel like, you know, the 6 of Wands is very much like a ego type of a card, okay? And I do feel like this person can have an ego at times, pile number 1. It may not be as obvious right now because they are not in a power position here with the 9 of Wands and the 10 of Wands. They're not really in the power position, and I think that they know that. Okay, but I don't think that they're giving up either. I really don't. You know, and I think there were times in this connection that, you know, you were also getting really drained, pile number 1, as we said here, because it was like one thing after another with this person. And I do feel like the roles are reversing here a little bit. And of course, the 10 of Wands certainly could use a helping hand, couldn't he? You know, he or she could certainly use a helping hand with those 10 wands. And the 9 of Wands is the Lord of great strength. So, you know, it's like, I could help you out. You know, I'm strong enough. I could help you out, right? I could help you out with something that's going on in your life. But I also feel like you guys have to be really strong right now too, pile number 1. And if you add one more thing to your plate, you could easily be sitting at the 10 of Wands too. So here I see 2 very exhausted people who've been drained by some of the things that have been going on around them, okay? And that makes sense. Like, you know, society's been very draining lately, pile number 1. And, you know, the 10 of Wands and the 9 of Wands is definitely an energy of feeling the burn. You know what I'm saying? And you guys are solid and strong, I feel like, with this I have. Like, you know, you've got yourself, pile number 1, at the end of the day, and you're very resourceful, okay? This person is a little, I don't feel they're quite as solid as you. They like to have fun. Maybe they're not as serious as you, or they like to drink or have fun or something, pile number 1, but they're also, their mind is not as stable as yours, is what I'm getting, pile number 1, okay? And maybe some of you are just like, yeah, I don't need that. Good luck, okay? So pile number 1, I do feel like this person would like a chance to talk to you again or speak to you again, and they may come out of the blue, out of nowhere with this message in Scorpion here, all right? Looking for some help from you or asking you if you need any help with something, all right, pile number 1? That is what I am getting for you. What you decide to do with that is your business. But if you'd like to go deeper with me, pile number 1, you can follow me to the extended reading, and there'll be a link to my Vimeo channel below. Okay, pile number 1, thank you so much. That was a really interesting reading for you guys. I hope you got something out of it. Take care, pile number 1. Let's move on to pile number 2. Let's move on to pile number 2. Pile number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose the red tea light, and today's reading is called Love Will Lead You Back to Me, Their Thoughts and Feelings, okay? We're gonna go ahead and get into it. Love Will Lead Me Back to You is a song by Taylor Dane from the 90s, okay? For some reason, I just love her voice. Anyway, pile number 2. Let's go ahead and get into it. Today we will have an extended reading. For those of you that would like to go deeper with me, there'll be a link to my description box below. Okay, pile number 2. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the energy of pile number 2, who comes here today seeking your guidance. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium in the channel between yourself and pile number 2. Okay, Spirit is showing me like a carnival with those horses that kind of go up and down, like a carousel, I guess is what I would say. Anyway, those are always in vampire shows, aren't they? Like those carousels, it's always a park at late at night when no one else is around and the carousel is just going creepily around with nobody on it, you know? I don't know, maybe you like horror movies, pile number 2. Let's see what else. Anything else here? All right. Okay, Spirit's showing me someone who just got their nails done. I'm seeing like a light blue or a blue color. I'm also seeing black. I'm seeing black shorter nails, okay? Or nails that got painted black shorter, okay? And let's see, anything else here for pile number 2? Anything else here for channeled messages for pile number 2? We'll keep getting them throughout the reading, of course. Okay, Spirit is talking to me about a waterfall. Maybe some of you would like to hike to a waterfall, or you had those around you growing up. Lucky you if you did, pile number 2. Or maybe you just like that mermaid waterfall type of energy. And yeah. Oh, there's the Emperor on the bottom of the deck, pile number 2. Okay, so somebody popping up in your reading, like they know what's good for you, and they know confidently and self-assured that you'll be back around, or that you'll be back around someday. I'm getting for some of you here that you might have left home early, pile number 2. And some of you could have had a very authoritarian father, you know, very authoritarian, sorry, I can't say it right now, pile number 2, father, who also could have been religious too. Doesn't have to be, but I'm feeling that. And I think some of you left home early, pile number 2. And I feel like your father or an authority figure in your family is coming through saying, we know you'll be back, right? Love will lead you back to me, and seems very self-assured about that. But I feel pile number 2 that you're very confident and you're very strong. All right. And you're the ruler of your own life and you run your life. So, you know, you decide who comes back to you and where you go back to. All right. Pile number 2. So let's get into it, my darlings. And let's do it. Okay. Spirit's giving me like Alexis, like a name like that. Maybe you know someone in your life with that name, or someone close to you, or a mortal enemy had that name. Okay, pile number 2, but let's go ahead and get into your reading. I'm just going to get all the cards out. We have the 10th house and the world. Okay, love will lead you back to me. We have the 10 of cups. Oh my, 10, 10. The 10th house and the 10 of cups. Pile number 2. So circumstances will bring us back together again. Also, for some of you, this could be a boss where you left your work and they're like, you know, pile number 2 will be back or whatever. You know, how could they leave? Of course they'll be back, right? I feel like a lot of people may be like that to you at times, pile number 2, but you know, you guys have your whole evil empire here, pile number 2. No, I'm just kidding. You guys have your whole life ahead of you. We have here the 5 of cups, but you know, it's interesting, kind of came out reversed, but love will lead me back to you. And we have the 8 of swords. Okay. And some of you may have had boyfriends or girlfriends that said the same thing. Like, you know, you'll be back, that type of thing. Like, you can't do something without me, or you need me in your life, you'll be back, okay? And really underestimating the power of you, pile number 2, or really underestimating your potential. But let's go ahead and see. I am extremely unhappy with my life. I feel like a failure. Okay. Yeah, a lot of people, they project on other people and they tell other people things like that because they inside feel like a failure, okay? We have here, I just need some time to come to terms with everything I'm experiencing. I'm extremely unhappy with my life and I don't know why, right? 8 of swords, 5 of cups. I can't keep running from my feelings. Yeah, the 8 of swords is like, you know, see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, but my mind's a mess, you know, and this person is acknowledging that they can't keep running from their sadness and they can't keep running from their feelings. And I feel like they've told themselves over, okay, I'm also getting the name Miranda. Some of you may know someone with that name closely, or you may have that name, but Spirit's giving me the M names in particular too. Okay. But I feel like, you know, you guys are, so this person's like, I can't keep running from my feelings, and I can't keep telling myself that there's nothing wrong when there's actually something wrong. Okay. So that's interesting. And this person feeling like a failure and maybe not even really understanding why. Okay. Some of them with the World card here might be successful, or they might have, you know, like, you know, good bank accounts, or be super successful, or have big plans for the future. The 10th house and the 10 of cups is like, I've got big plans for the future. I've got big plans for my life. But if you're not emotionally happy with the 5 of cups, and you can't really figure out why you're so unhappy, that'll make you feel like a prisoner in your own life. You know what I'm saying, pile number 2? We have here, until debt tear us apart, contracts, career, and commitments. Yeah, you know, and that's, I mentioned something about a boss or somebody at work here too with this Emperor energy, pile number 2. But you know, this is somebody who, yeah, I was going to say, I just saw Saturn here too. I was like, this person plans for the best, but they also plan for the worst. Okay. And yeah, and it's like feast or famine in their minds sometimes. Sometimes I feel like they're at the top of their game here with the World and the 10 of cups. Like, you know, I'm going to get everything I want. Everything's great. Everything's wonderful. And then they realize that the commitments that they've made in their life, or the things that they've been doing, are not making them happy. Okay. And because we have Saturn here, I feel like this person is getting dealt some pretty heavy lessons that they haven't really had to deal with before, pile number 2, with the 8 of Swords, because this person, compared to you with the World and the 10 of cups, I think that they could have grown up a little more, you know, like a little more, what's the word, a little less harshly than you, or they I don't want to say with a silver spoon in their mouth, maybe, but more like insulated, or not really like seeing how tough the world can actually be. Okay. So I do think that this person is having some big lessons right now, about what really makes them happy. Okay. And, thinking, maybe some of them thinking that material successes, etc., we're going to make them totally happy, but they're finding out, like, you know, because they're not dealing with their emotions, that they're very upset, you know, and they're learning some deep lessons about grief. Okay. They're saying, I can't keep running from my feelings. I can't keep running from my contracts. I can't keep running from my career. I can't, you know, I just can't keep running from my commitments, basically, you know. We have the fish. The fish is Pisces energy, of course, but, you know, the thing is that the fish is very abundant, but also the fish oftentimes has to like be very adaptable and maybe swim upstream alone, and doesn't always know, you know, like where they're headed in life, and has to go it on like faith alone, you know. And fish can also be kind of like slippery too, in the sense that one day they're headed in one direction, and then the next day they completely turn around and go in a different direction. All right. So, you know, this type of thing going on, I feel like you guys really had to adapt and survive to your own circumstances in life, pile number 2. You know, I feel like for this person, when it comes to their feelings and what they want, I feel like, you know, they're getting there's like no way around it, is what I'm getting here, pile number 2. There's like no way getting around their feelings, or denying them, or pretending that they don't exist, because when they do that, they just well up inside them even more. Okay. And we have Saturn and fish here. So someone could have Saturn in Pisces, and Saturn is going to be moving into Pisces. So all my Saturn and Pisces people, you know, you're probably getting ready for your Saturn return, or you're getting ready to head into that energy. Okay. But some big lessons around, you know, when we don't really consciously choose our path in life, and we let other people just pick it for us, and we put our feelings aside like they don't really matter. Someday we may just end up, with a lot of regret, the 5 of Cups, pile number 2. And I think these lessons have been piling up for this person, pile number 2. And some of you may also feel this is true for you. You're like, are you talking about me, Natalie? I feel like my lessons have been piling up. And I feel like sometimes I'm running from my feelings. And sometimes I feel like I don't know why I'm not happy, but I know that in the future I will be with the 10 of Cups in the world, okay? And yeah, pile number 2, some of you may have gone through some of these experiences as well, okay? And this person, it's like when they start feeling better about themselves, about their commitment, their work, what they're going to dedicate their energy to, I feel like, they're saying here they just need some time, right? Saturn is father time. I just need some time to come to terms with everything I'm experiencing because I'm like a fish out of water. I don't really know what I'm doing here. I don't really know why I'm in these types of feelings. I need some time to kind of come to terms with it, And I feel like they're grieving something, pile number 2. They can't keep running from their feelings. Their feelings have been welling up in them for a while. Feelings of loneliness, grief, feelings of, lack or doubt, okay, about their life. I feel like this person always knew what they wanted, but lately they're really questioning it. Do you know what I'm saying, pile number 2? Okay, but with the World and the 10 of Cups, the vibe that I'm getting from them is I'll be back. As Arnold Schwarzenegger said at the end of the movie Terminator, I'll be back, okay? Pile number 2. So, I do feel like this person is going to be back. They're extremely unhappy with their life and they feel like a failure, even though I think they've already done some of the things that they wanted to do. They've already had some successes. So why are they so unhappy? And I feel like this is what's throwing them off. We have the Bear here, and here's your energy, very protective, very kind, very loving, mama bear, papa bear. Do you know what I'm saying? Pile number 2. And people feeling safe with you, feeling safe in your presence, and you giving off this very also you guys very self-assured, and you guys are resourceful, and you know how to save, bears go into hibernation and they have to save up their food, or they have to, what they do, all of that, and then they come out at the right time. And you guys just have a natural instinct, I feel like, in life. And your energy is actually becoming more grounded and mature, I feel like, pile number 2. All right. And, because you've been through some harder experiences and you've had to survive through harder experiences, I feel like then this person, pile number 2, it has allowed you actually to be more grounded, stable, and sturdy in your own life. Okay. And maybe you haven't always been happy with the money you're making, or, the direction your life is heading. But I also feel like you're a survivor, pile number 2, and you're also very protective and loving towards the people that you care about. And I feel like with the 10 of Cups here, you could be like a beautiful mother or a beautiful father, okay? Because the 10th house in ancient astrology is also the house of the mother. So the World and the 10 of Cups, beautiful family, you have the ability, I feel like, to provide a sense of, safety, nurturing, all of that. This person's out of their element though, pile number 3 or 2, okay? They're see, I got confused there. Even I got confused there. They're out of their element. We have Bear and abundance, okay? So looking right at your own abundance, and the fish is also a symbol of abundance, okay? Also, this person could have had some disappointments in their work, thinking that, getting a certain job was going to make them really happy, or certain things were going to make them really happy, but it really didn't. You know what I mean? And so, the fish energy is about having to scramble and kind of come up with something different, come up with a different route, swim into a different pool, that type of thing. And also, with the fish, it's there's so many fish in the sea, which is also, it's exciting, but it's also mentally challenging, too many options, too little time, feeling very burdened. Like, I'm not getting that this person is feeling ultra sexy right now, pile number 2. And I do think that they see a compatibility with you, with this 10 of Cups in abundance, that you two could have a good life together, or you two could have a positive, impact on the world together too, with the 10th house and the 10 of Cups. Okay. And, when people are really unhappy with their lives and they feel like a failure, sometimes they have to go into hibernation with this bear energy and sort of wait out the winter and wait out the storm and then kind of emerge from their cave. So, pile number 2, I'm kind of getting this energy that by maybe Leo season, okay, and we're in Cancer season right now, but by Leo season, things may even out or stabilize a bit here for those of you that are in a real-time connection with this person. We have helpful people. Wow, and I love that with the 10 of Cups, because the 5 of Cups is where we isolate ourselves and we say, I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody. I'm fine. I can do it on my own. And I feel like some of you guys also have that like stiff upper lip about you because you've been trained by Saturn your whole life, and you're like, I can do it. I can do what I need to do, even if it's hard and even if I don't know the answer and where I'm headed, I can do it. But I feel like not as many people have, as much fortitude, pile number 2, as you have shown, okay? And we have helpful people here. So, I can't keep running from my feelings, and then helpful people. So people that, we can depend on, people we can rely on, people that can help us understand our plight in life and where we're headed. The helpful people, you know what I'm saying, pile number 2? And I do feel like this person has a hard time asking for help. With the 8 of Swords and the 5 of Cups, they got a hard time admitting when they're sad or asking for help, and it makes it hard for them, harder than it needs to be, okay? And, life could be a dream, sweetheart, that thing with the 10 of Cups, okay? And it's almost like they're saying, I'll get back to you, like when this kind of clears up, I'll get back to you. But I also feel like if this person thinks that they can keep running from their feelings and doing everything themselves, then it's going to take them longer to learn the lesson. You know what I'm saying? Saturn is all about lessons. And we have Aquarius energy here. And it says, you have that uniqueness that people look for but can't find. Yeah, this person is telling you that, pile number 2. You definitely, you're one in a million. There's a huge galaxy, pile number 2. And, each one of us has a unique energy signature. And this person picks up on your energy signature big time. And they're telling you that you have a uniqueness that people look for, but they can't find. They also are telling me that you are a helpful person to them, and that you also make them feel grounded, or you somehow increase their own belief in themselves or their self-confidence and make them feel less alone in the world, okay? But this person's having, pile number 2 is having a inner battle, okay? And I know you're no stranger to inner battles. I think you guys have had your own inner battles in life at times. And so with this bear energy, I feel like you guys are patient because Rome wasn't built in a day, that type of thing. However, this person, pile number 2, we'll get more into it in the extended reading and get more messages. But the 10 of Cups is also maybe someone who thought their life was going to be totally perfect, or didn't understand how much work things were actually going to take, or how much work an actual relationship takes, right? And with the 10 of Cups versus the 10th house in astrology, we could talk about that relationship between work and home, or work and family, or happiness and work, and that type of thing. So that is an energy coming up here that's affecting this connection. We have lighten your load, okay? And you guys coming through as being these very self-sufficient, self-starters, very strong people, okay? And I think you guys have had to carry a lot on your shoulders, pile number 2, at various parts in your life, okay? And I think you are a very helpful person to others, okay? And I do feel like you guys help other people see the beauty in the world with the 10 of Cups. and see the world could actually be a good place, abundance, okay? And, you know, but I also feel like if you're carrying the weight of everyone else's troubles, pile number 2, that's a lot, you know, that's a lot for you to kind of carry. And so I also feel like Spirit's so funny. They're like, someone has a really tight butt or a cute butt, okay? Or I also feel like somebody who wears like black shorts with gold on them, or wears shorts that are black, one leg black and one leg gold, okay? Or like black and gold shorts. This person may wear them, you may wear them, okay? But someone who really, you know, we can talk about here about really believing in ourselves, right? But taking on too much. It's like, I can handle it, I can handle it. You know, like the Emperor's like, I can handle it, I'm okay, you know? But look at that, there's the Ten of Swords under the Emperor. So, you know, like we all need some help in life, and we all can't carry the weight and the load for everyone else. Ultimately, like we all need some relief in our life, and we all need, you know, we get by with a little help from our friends, don't we? Pile number 2. Okay, so, you know, it's about time for some new energy, because with the Emperor and the Ten of Swords, you know, 1 is the loneliest number, or, you know, being at the top can be lonely, or just having all the responsibilities on your shoulders can get extremely taxing. Pile number 2, okay? So it's about time for some fresh energy with the Magician. And here's the King of Pentacles. We've got Virgo and the Magician, which is philosophical Mercury, okay? So very interesting here about importing some new energy to who's on your level, pile number 2, like someone who can really take care of themselves and also help you. And how about we import some new energy and some helpful people into your life, okay? Because regardless of whatever happens with this situation, I feel like you guys need to lighten your load too. And maybe you're feeling like you can't keep running from your feelings either, and showing the world that everything's bright and okay when you're not like super happy with something. And for some of you, it may have to do with your own work too, okay? And it's like this bear is saying, I've come to see the entire world around me, and the fact that this world is filled with abundance, and I'm a part of that, okay? And I know it's not just easy to say that with the snap of your fingers. You know, the so-called manifestation experts can eat a big one, pile number 2. And I just have to say that to you guys, because I'm sure you guys have dealt with this before too. You guys seem to me like the rock solid people of the world, and you know as well as I know that, you know, the so-called manifestation gurus of the world need to take a number. Not everybody is having a good day. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's just enough to get out of bed and to, you know, we can't always be perfect rays of sunshine all the time, right? Like with the Ten of Cups is great, but, you know, it's like, it's almost a little too sickening in a way. You know, for me, pile number 2, I prefer realness, okay? And I always used to say when I was younger, and it's such a Saturn thing to say, but I always used to say, you know, the world isn't a happiness factory. This world is definitely not a happiness factory. However, we can find our slice of bliss with someone when we know they've got our back and we've got their back, and we're equals, and there's a spiritual, physical, emotional, etc. connection there. Okay, there's helpful people in the world, even though the so-called manifestation experts can, you know, take a mean one. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Pile number 2, either they can take a big one or a mean one. You know what I mean? Pile number 2, I don't mean to be so naughty, but you know how I am, and you know what kind of reader I am. So that is what we have for you today, my loves. And if you would like to go deeper, you can certainly follow me to my Vimeo channel, and there will be a link in my description box below. Thank you so much, pile number 2. If you enjoyed that reading, I do have a tip jar on my channel, and it's in my description box. Thank you so much, pile number 2. Take care. Let's move on to pile number 3. Okay, All right. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. You chose the pumpkin spice tea light, and today's reading is called Love Will Lead You Back to Me, Their Thoughts and Feelings. And if you're like, I know that love will bring me back to you, I know that's a song. You're right, it is a song by Taylor Dane from the 1980s, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it, pile number 3. Before I even started your reading, Spirit was giving me an intuitive message and was telling me about a push-up bra. So maybe someone here is wearing a push-up bra or got one recently or was looking at one or getting rid of their push-up bra, you know, whatever is going on, pile number 3, Spirit told me that, okay? So let's go ahead and get into it. We will have an extended reading as well, and there'll be a link to my Vimeo channel in the description box below. Spirits, angels, and guides, please connect me to the energy of pile number 3, who comes here today seeking your guidance. Love will lead you back to me, their thoughts and feelings. Thank you for allowing me to be the medium in the channel between yourself and pile number 3. All right, Spirit just said in stereo, okay? So something about making music or making noise, or maybe someone is having their 15 minutes of fame or something, or somebody's giving an important speech, but something about being in stereo. Let's see what else for pile number 3, okay? Spirit's like telling me about a radio DJ or someone that was a radio DJ maybe in college or high school or something like that. Anyway, pile number 3, let's see what, or maybe you wanted to be one, or you're just like, that would be so cool. Let's see what else for pile number 3. Anything else you want to let pile 3 know before we start here, Spirit? Anything else? Okay, something, pile number 3, something about you guys being a magnet right now to certain things, okay? So your force and your ability to track things are really strong right now, pile number 3. And I feel like they have been and will be for the entirety of 2022, okay? And I'm also feeling, okay, Spirit is showing me Scorpio. Some of you may have planets in Scorpio, but I also feel like Spirit is saying, don't tell everyone what you're up to this year, pile number 3, okay? Keep some of what's going on in your life on the down low, and be a little bit vague, because I don't feel like right now is the time to share everything or share the moves that you're thinking about. Some of you may be thinking about moving or changing jobs, or, you know, looking for a higher paying job, or some of you may be thinking about, you know, starting something new, or I just feel like you should keep some things to yourself right now, pile number 3. So that's what I'm going to tell you. And Spirit is showing me like a piece of blue satin, light blue satin, okay? And it could be like someone's sheets. It could be like a top sheet, could be a pillowcase, or it could be a shirt, but it's really nice. The feel of it is really, really nice. And like you could run your hands over it type of thing, okay? There's the Queen of Cups talking about that light blue satiny type of a thing. And the Queen of Cups representing Cancer. And so I already picked up on Scorpio, right? And I mean, I feel like you guys are very caring, pile number 3, and people do remember you because of the love that you give and the love that you show. And I feel you guys are very open-hearted, pile number 3. However, some of you may be thinking about keeping things a little bit closer to your chest these days, okay? So Spirit's like, you know, pile number 3 is a treasure chest of, you know, information, or a treasure chest of love, or a treasure chest of devotion, pile number 3, okay? So let's just go ahead and get into it, my dears, and see what is going on here. We have the Black Moon, Lilith, and Mystery. What was I just saying, right? About keeping things kind of close to you and keeping things a mystery right now. And, you know, with Black Moon Lilith, I mean, she'll leave a taste in your mouth when you leave the room, when a Lilith, you know, aligned person leaves the room or comes into a room, you're gonna feel it, you know. And you know, so I feel like for those of you, you're coming across lately, or Spirit is wanting you guys to come across as being a bit more like quiet about certain decisions that you're making and certain things that you're even saying to people. Okay, and keep them guessing, pile number 3. Also, it looks like she has the sign or the glyph for Libra in her hand. Okay, so some of you could have Libra in your charts here too, but let's go ahead and see. Keeping things a mystery, not letting everyone know what's going on. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Yes, the big changes, okay, are happening. Pile number 3. Here's the King of Pentacles. This is the person who's trying to get back to you. Pile number 3. And here's the Queen of Swords, okay? And interesting, there's Libra. So I was just talking about Libra. And I love the Queen of Swords, but, you know, there is such a thing as like saying too much. You know what I mean? And I feel like some of you may be asking yourself, like, did something I say change this situation, or did I say too much? Okay. And maybe some of you feeling kind of down on yourself about, or feeling embarrassed about an interchange that you've had with someone. And I feel like this person though is like, why'd you go all cold on me? Or why'd you go cold on me? Or why did you grow distant with me? I'm trying to make a life with you, okay? And in the tarot, the King of Pentacles is Virgo. So we could have Virgo and Libra here. I already mentioned Scorpio. We saw Cancer on the bottom of the deck, okay? But yeah, and you know what's interesting about this Queen of Cups? I feel like this is really who you guys are. Like very soft, caring, and loving heart, okay? But I also feel like you guys have been changing, and maybe some of the things that you've been saying or doing, you're like, I don't know, like you're having to be tough and mysterious and call shit out. And people may be like, what's up with you? Like, you know, you're different these days or something, pile number 3, okay? And, but with this whole reading, love will bring me back to you with the Wheel of Fortune. This King of Pentacles is banking on the fact that love will bring you back to them again, okay? And the King of Pentacles in the tarot, like I said, is a Virgo, but I always think of him as a Taurus too. When I see him, I see a Taurus, okay? Him or her, you could say him or her, all right? But let's see what else. I adore your smirks and your smiles. I love your cute little laugh. Yeah, if you are very mysterious and intriguing and different, pile number 3, I think this person really digs it, okay? And you may think that this person doesn't notice you, or that they don't miss you, or they don't see you, but they're looking right at you, pile number 3. They're looking right at you. I miss your touch and your love. Yeah. Okay. So, and I feel like some of you here, you had to put a foot down on a situation and you weren't, and I think you were mad at the time, and what had to be said, pile number 3. But I also feel like some of you are kind of like, like maybe you didn't want to have to do that. Okay. But something happened here. 212, 212 in your reading right now, pile number 3. I fantasize about you all the time. Nobody knows how to seduce me like you, okay? So the King of Pentacles is saying that and is missing you here, okay? And, interesting. Pile number 3, we have present, abundant, and gratitude. So I feel like some of you have been overthinking things and going over and over in your mind if you made the right decision about something, because with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like there's some big changes or big decisions that have been coming down the pipeline. Also, Spirit is telling me the devil, okay? So maybe some of you have pulled the devil recently when you were doing a reading, or it came up in a reading, or just the archetype of the devil came up, okay? But the devil in the tarot represents the connection between Hod and Tiferet in the Tree of Life. And it talks about, our human mind versus the mind of our higher self. So our human mind being the mind that second guesses ourselves, analyzes everything, goes overboard instead of trusting, the messages that we're getting from our higher self, and choosing to kind of stay in ignorance, okay? So, I feel like I feel like there's just been things that, especially when it comes to your love life, I feel like there's been some sudden reversals here with the Wheel of Fortune and sudden changes, because the Wheel of Fortune is like, you know, in a card game, it's like the wild card. You know what I mean? So life is a wild mystery. Life is a wild ride, right? With Black Moon Lilith and the wheel, life is a, you know, and it's valid to feel that way. It's valid to feel. Some of you guys may be wondering, like, why do I still feel this way? Or why do I still think about this person? I freaking cut them off, you know? And you may be telling yourself to like meditate and to be more present in the moment and to have gratitude, you know, in your life, okay? And I feel pile number 3, there could be some people in your life that have taken you for granted at times, okay? And then they're like, wow, it's such a mystery when you leave their life, okay? And then they're like, oh, I miss you. And then they want to give everything. And it's like, okay, you know, this cycle is over, says the Queen of Swords, okay? We have here the Phoenix rising from the ashes. And the Phoenix is coming out underneath Black Moon Lilith. All right. So if you're not a Scorpio, pile number 3, I feel like it's high time you start feeling and thinking and looking like a Scorpio. You know, some of you may be having, you know, a Pluto transit or something like that, because you gotta wear all black, and you gotta get real secretive, and you gotta start planning your rebirth. Okay. And you need to shock the haters, or shock people when they see you transforming. Okay. And there's a song from back in the day. I think it's by a woman named Edie. I can't think of her name right now, but the song is like, you know, people will always just stare at you with jealousy if they see that you're a phoenix and you rise from the ash, okay? So that's why I feel like 1,000 people will just stare with jealousy while you're just flying past, okay? Like the phoenix. So Spirit just saying here, you know, this period with the Wheel of Fortune, this too shall pass. But, you know, and I feel like if you made some decision and you're not incredibly happy about it, pile number 3, and you set a boundary with yourself with the Queen of Swords and said, I cannot continue to like give to this situation. I cannot continue down this path. Like, I have important things in my life I want to do, and I need to be present, and I can't keep, you know, trying to fuck with destiny. Do you know what I'm saying? If it'll happen, it'll happen. Because everyone thinks the Wheel of Fortune is like us controlling the wheel. It's not. The Wheel of Fortune has to do with unalterable law, cosmic law, okay? And it's right before justice, who, you know, meets out the law, all right? So, but this person in their mind thinking pile number 3 will, you know, come back to me someday. Like, maybe right now isn't the time, and maybe right now we can't be together, but pile number 3 will be back with me at some point, okay? We have the Owl here, and this person being very sad, okay? And they know that you're going through a rebirth and you're going through a big change, okay? And the Owl is a sign of wisdom, okay? And, you know, with time, I feel like this person, with time and maturity, they've come to understand like what they really lost, okay? Because the King of Pentacles knows what they value. It may take some time with the Wheel of Fortune, but the King of Pentacles knows what he or she values, all right? And someone here is upset because it's like, I miss your touch and I miss your love. And this person wondering, like, you know, where are you at? You know, where are you? I don't feel like they're stalking you or they're doing anything like that or spying on you, pile number 3. I'm not really getting that. I think it's almost too hard for them to like look at your social media. I feel like they stay away from it because it's like a little too hard for them. Okay, because I feel like if they see you, it's going to bring back a lot of feelings for them, and they're trying to stay logical and rational about things, okay? And maybe you guys have been feeling that too. I feel both you and this person have been in that space, okay? But I do feel like this person is saying you're a valuable person to them, or they have respect for you here with the King of Pentacles. And I do think this person is afraid of like you changing and outgrowing them entirely. And pile number 3, that may be what actually happens. And that may be why you kind of forced yourself to be present and abundant and in gratitude about your life, whether this person is in it or not, okay? We have mystery here. Oh my God, that's twice. That's twice pile number 3 with the mysteries, okay? And some of you are like, it's a complete mystery. You know, I don't know why this person still fantasizes about me and wants me to seduce them, and they look so sad. And, you know, I feel like, you know, you guys had to call this off, or you guys had to put a boundary here for a reason. Do you know what I'm saying? And so it's like, it's like, God, I didn't even know this person still felt this way. And, you know, we see the 2 towers here with the mystery, which reminds me of the 2 towers in the moon card. They're also in the death card, you know, they're all over the place in the tarot. But the 2 towers, like a magnet being drawn to each other, you know, like I talked about that magnet in the beginning of your channeled messages. And, you know, this person, it's a mystery. Like, you know, they may not even know entirely why they just believe that within themselves either, because this person may be like very practical, or they may not be a person that believes in past lives or or all that kind of thing, okay? But there is something mysterious, I feel like, that keeps their energy kind of like hovering a little bit. And I'm not saying that to scare you, but just keeps them wanting to be near you. Do you know what I'm saying, pile number 3? Okay, but I think with the owl here, they have the wisdom to know with the Wheel of Fortune, it's not the right time. But I feel like with more time and distance, if more time and distance passes, I feel like, you know, the problem is that the divide grows, right? The longer you're away from someone, the more different your life paths become, and the more different your spiritual evolution becomes, and the harder it is to reconnect into another moment with the person. And I think you guys know that, pile number 3, because you're astute, and this isn't your first rodeo. So, you know, I think you guys know that. That's the thing, pile number 3. And you guys are like the phoenix. You know that once you rise from the ash, there's really no going back. And we have here recovery. So this is what Spirit wants you guys to focus on right now. And that's why 222 in your reading right now, exactly on my clock as I looked up, 222. So Spirit really, 222 is also about partnerships, love, connection. It's an angel number. And your angels coming through right now with this recovery card right behind you with their wings spread around you here, saying, this is the time for you guys to be recovering, okay? And you're making the right choices for yourself, pile number 3. I just, you know, with this Queen of Swords, I feel like you have this loving heart with the Queen of Cups, okay? But you've had to make some hard decisions. You've had to, you know, make certain things, put some boundaries, and, you know, you're doing well, okay? And your guides are telling you you're recovering, and we've got you, okay? And, you know, and I feel like they're like, we promise you, like, you're going to smile again. It's like life's a mystery, you know? And I feel like the one thing is you guys really do trust in Spirit, pile number 3, is what I feel, you know? And so, you know, maybe you don't like every decision you have to make or everything you have to do, but you do it and you rise to the occasion, pile number 3, because that's who you are. We have Scorpio. Yeah, I knew there was a Scorpio. And it was the first thing I mentioned when I started this reading. And here we go, okay? Mysterious, fierce, and intimidating, okay? And that's, whether you're a Scorpio or not, pile number 3, like I said, you know, it's not just Scorpios that can draw on that energy. You know, if you really want to be fierce and mysterious and intimidating, work your Mars in your chart, work your Pluto, you know, work that stuff, and don't tell everyone what you're doing. Like I said, be strategic, okay? Be mysterious, be fierce, be intimidating, all right? And, you know, your eyes are really shining right now, pile number 3, and there's a whole lot going on beneath the surface of those eyes. But I see you're not saying much, okay? And a Scorpio, at least a good one, knows how to keep a secret. All right, pile number 3. And so Spirit really wanting you guys to, part of your recovery is to become the phoenix and to be mysterious and to be fierce and to be intimidating and to be a mystery to other people for a while. Because with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel you guys are entering into a new phase of your life. Okay, pile number 3, it requires different things from you. And, or maybe it's just a new lifetime and you've been your way this whole life. Mysterious, Black Moon Lilith, loving the dark goddess, all of that, you know? And I think underneath it, pile number 3, you have that loving heart. Okay, so it's hard to, you know, put the kibosh on something with the Queen of Swords and say no more. But, you know, you guys are going to recover one day at a time, okay? And we have boundaries. Exactly, pile number 3. And mysterious boundaries, you know, just, you know, this person wondering like where you're, you know, like what you're up to with the owl here. I don't think they would have the nerve to ask you with the owl, because the owl, you know, the owl is a bird of prey, but the phoenix is, you know, the phoenix is outperforming the owl. Like, I love the owl. It's a beautiful symbol and that's great. And it's very intelligent, but I mean, the phoenix is the phoenix, you know what I'm saying? And so, you know, but this person, they're not an idiot, pile number 3. I'm not getting that they're like this complete idiot. I think they know they can't, like right now isn't the right time. And I do think that they're in pain about it and they may not even know why, okay? But I think it started when you started putting boundaries. Do you know what I'm saying? And we talked about that with the Queen of Swords. And I feel like this King of Pentacles could have been saying like, why did you cut me out of your life? I wanted to be here with you. I wanted to be a part of your life. Okay, like why'd you cut me out? And there must have been a reason for it, pile number 3. Otherwise you wouldn't have done it, or they wouldn't have done it. But I'm feeling it's more you that had to say, fine, I can't do this anymore. Okay, I have to stop talking or whatever. Okay. And if you want to let me know in the comments what was going on, or I mean, maybe you don't want to share, like I said, pile number 3, maybe you don't want to share anything. That's fine. I get it. But just know, you know, like hopefully my channel is a safe space. And if you feel like, I mean, I want it to be, sometimes I get really weird commenters and I shut them down, but I want my channel to be a safe space, right? Those are the boundaries, right? And if you guys feel like sharing that with me, you can, if you feel like you want to talk about it, you can certainly talk about it. I read all the comments, pile number 3. But I just feel like Spirit is saying, you know, you're recovering. You've got certain boundaries. People in your life may not understand it. You may be throwing people for a loop right now, pile number 3. But you know what? They're just going to have to learn how to jump rope. If you're throwing them for a loop, then they need to, you know, get in the groove or don't, you know, start hula hooping with you and jump roping with you, or get off the playground. You know what I'm saying? Pile number 3. I'm all about the metaphors today. Okay. So let's get a couple more cards here before we go to the extended reading. Spirit, what else would this person want pile number 3 to know? What else would this person want pile number 3 to know? What else would this person, okay, we have the Page of Cups. They're sorry. And, you know, and they still have hope in their heart that eventually, you know, you guys could be friends, or they could tell you how they feel. And I do feel like you inspire this person. I do feel like they get a little flutter in their heart when they think about you. And I do feel like they're sorry if they cause pain, pile number 3, like underneath it all, okay? You know, and maybe they were immature at the time, or they didn't know what they were doing, or they, you know, they were younger. This could be someone from your past where you were with them when you were younger and now you guys are older here. But I mean, I just feel like this person's like, I had to grow up, okay? But they're also saying here, like, I'm sorry, and, You know, I do feel like they care, pile number 3. Their higher self, at least here, is coming through, you know, like with this peace offering, or is wanting to let you know, more than a peace offering, I feel like wanting to let you know, like, hey, you know, even then, even now, like I still, when I think of you, my heart still smiles, you know. Pile number 3, I feel so emotional right now. So I'm sure that my goal isn't to make you guys feel sad with this reading, pile number 3, but you know, yeah. So with the Hierophant here, the Hierophant is all about sound and what we hear. And the thing is I think with the boundaries and the Hierophant, you guys did have to put your foot down to this person. They could have been really immature at the time with the 5 of Swords on the bottom of the deck. They could have, you know, lied about some things. There could have been some things that were said and you heard about it, because the Hierophant has to do with hearing as far as a sense. Okay. And, you know, Page of Wands and the 5 of Swords, somebody, you know, somebody going around somebody's back and trying to have fun and have their cake and eat it too, or whatever. And here's Justice to say, yeah, no, it's not happening. Okay. So, yeah, I just feel like the timing was wrong here with the Hierophant. And also, I feel like with the Hierophant coming up here, as much as like I was starting to break down as I was explaining this person's apology, I also feel like you guys are like, that's enough, okay? Because like, don't go further with that, Natalie. Like, you're telling me that, like, I heard what you said, that's enough. I heard what that person said, it's enough, type of thing. Because, you know, the Hierophant is like, I learned my lesson and I'm wise now, and I'm not, you know, gonna let myself kind of like go back into that emotional territory. So pile number 3, I feel like you guys are doing a really good job of keeping your head above water and staying very strong and doing your best with your boundaries, okay? And this situation could have taught you a lot when it came to your boundaries, and also, you know, about maturity or emotional maturity, or the ability to have someone make something happen for real, right? Because we can have, oh, I love you, right? Page of Cups, I mean you no harm, let me just love you, type of thing. Okay, great. But, you know, for real, like, what's up? You know what I mean? Because, I mean, that's kind of like puppy love, you know, young love, puppy love, all right? And for those of you that are parents too, and you've had to be a little bit tougher with your kids, or you've had to set some boundaries, or it's time for them to leave the nest, or you've just had to tell them, you know, you got to do this and you got to do that, and they're trying to suck up to you and, oh, you know, that type of thing. Pile number 3, I feel like, you know, you guys are like, no, you will do XYZ and you will listen to me, and I'm not going to be affected by your ways, okay? So pile number 3, good for you. I'm happy that you're standing your ground. I'm happy that, you know, you're letting people figure out what they want, because I feel you guys know what you want and you're serious about pursuing that. Okay, pile number 3, that is what I am getting for you, my darlings. I hope that you enjoyed that reading. If you did, you can show me a little love, and I have a tip jar in my description box. If not, I so much appreciate your like, your shares, your subscriptions. And for those of you that would like to go deeper with me, you can always hit the extended reading with me, okay? And there'll be a link to my Vimeo channel below. Thank you so much, pile number 3, and thank you to everyone watching today. Take care, my darlings.